Do you know what time it is? It's prime time. The official commissioner podcast of the Sim Madden League. Buckle up because it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be fire. Now, without further ado, here is SML legend Prime Time 000.
SML, welcome back to SML Prime Time. I am Prime Time 000, the commissioner of the Sim Madden League, and we are in the final season of Madden 23. I cannot believe we're this far ahead, but we're already here, and I feel like it's going to be a really exciting playoff, so we're going to switch to the Neon Sports site on your screen right now. I know a lot of times SML Total Access, I'll do a show where it's just audio. I'm going to try to incorporate some visuals for you guys as well if you're listening. So I'm going to go through each matchup, each playoff matchup. And I'm going to start with what I think is one of the most intriguing playoff matchups and it kind of came out of nowhere, and that's the Commanders and the Cardinals, Doink and Dom. And honestly, nobody expected Doink to be here. There's some conspiracies that Madden let Doink in. I haven't really completely outright done the numbers to confirm or deny that, but regardless, this game's going to be a good one. Dom he's got some really quality wins on his schedule. First of all, he's the only loss on my schedule this year, and he's got some good playoff wins. I know he beat QP. He started out this season really hot, kind of fizzled out slowly, but he played some really good players, and then beat Matt to finish the season, which was a nice win. I think that at the end of the day, by the way, he beat Doink by 3 points already once this year, so that's something to note. I watched that game, and Doink mismanaged the clock in that one. I had Dom as my dark horse Super Bowl pick, and when I see this matchup, it gets me nervous for Dom, honestly. And I'm going to go back on my Super Bowl pick, and I'm going to predict an upset. I call Doink, I call him out on his playoff losses all the time, and I say he's not clutch, and I don't think he's very clutch. But something tells me Doink's going to win this game. It's that, hey, I shouldn't even be here. Now I got House's money. I'm going to go out and I'm going to win this thing. I'm going to win this game. And I think Doink's going to win it. I think it's going to be close. But if he doesn't win it, then I'm going back to Dom being my Super Bowl pick. My dark horse Super Bowl runner up there. That's how it's my show. I can do what I want. Tiny against QP. That's going to be an interesting game. Neon actually predicts Tiny to beat QP. Look, here's the deal. Tiny, I've been coaching him up. I didn't coach him up as much this season as I did last year, but he's still kind of doing some similar things, and I'm really proud of him for that. At the end of the day, Tiny is in a playoff game, and he hasn't been in one in a long time, and I don't think anyone really expects him to win this game. Can he do it? Can he beat QP? Maybe. I think he's going to have to run the ball well, and QP does a decent job at stopping the run. There's levels to this game, and Q is just so experienced in the playoffs. He's so well prepared for every opponent. He doesn't take anybody lightly. He doesn't play with his food normally. I think Q's going to win this game. I do think if Tiny can hang in there and run the ball and create some turnovers, he's going to have a shot, but he's got to make sure that Q cannot run the ball. If he starts letting Q run the ball on him, it's over. It's going to be a 40-point victory. Contain the run and run the ball yourself and keep it close, and maybe Q will make a mistake. That's your only shot at this, but I got Q by around 10. Another good playoff matchup. This one's we got some intriguing matchups, and this Straw Blacks and Clinky is another one of them. Look, at the end of the day, Straw Blacks was kind of coined one of the next big things in the SML because of his primer success, and honestly, I think that I wasn't sure about it, and then I played him, and I'm like, okay, I could see, especially in his passing game. His passing game showed me some flashes that they haven't played yet this cycle, or this season anyway. Clinky's a little more dialed in. This season, he's been more dialed in. His Texans team, still not great, but the Jets team's not great either. I think that Clinky's going to find a way to get this win, but this one's a coin flip. I think it's a 4-point game either way. And Straw, if you look at his schedule, since week 8, what a freaking run this guy's had. I mean, he lost to Fig out of nowhere. I don't know where that came from. And then he lost to me by 20. But other than that, I mean, look, since week 8, this dude has caught fire after really looking slow. That's going to be a close game, 1-score game. I'm taking Clinky just because of his SML experience. That could go either way. Another playoff matchup is the Steelers and the Browns. Noel and Colt. These guys know each other well. There's rumors that these guys are the same guys. I mean, they've played in other leagues. They've played in the SML for years. They are in the same division. And at the end of the day, I'm looking at the schedule here when they've played, and the first time Colt beat Noel by 20 points. I don't know if that was December or not, but then he lost to Noel the next. These guys split often. I usually go with the guy when it's a toss-up game like this. I usually go with the guy who is either got the better playoff experience or runs the ball a little bit better for playoff games. And I think both of those go in Noel's favor. I know Myles Garrett's out, but Noel still has Nick Chubb, and Noel's been in some playoff games, especially more lately than Colt has. Yeah, I know Colt made it last season, but historically, Noel's in these bigger games more often. And when it comes to big moments, your experience matters. So I'm taking Noel. Let's go. We got 2 more playoff games left here. And what Neon is predicting the game of the week, Matt and Dump. And this game is a game between 2 guys who are just polar opposite players. When you think about Matt, I always compare him to Floyd Mayweather. I think a guy who runs the ball, not as well as he did in previous cycles, but he still runs the ball solid. He completes passes. He's in rhythm. He punts on 4th down. He doesn't go for 2 often. He kicks his field goals. He's Floyd Mayweather. He's gonna jab you. He's gonna win each round by a point, and then he's gonna win by points. Whereas Dump's, hey, I'm going for the freaking knockout. I'm going for the one-hit knockout. I'm Tyron Woodley. I'm Mike Tyson. That's Dump. Maybe not as good as Mike Tyson, but he has that style. Sorry, Dump. The truth is, they played once this season, and that game was a good one, and it came down to a 1-point game. I don't know if that's... I didn't watch this game. If Dump went for 2 for the win, it sounds like something Dump would do, to tell you the truth. But that game can go either way. It really comes down to how... I guess I should say how honed in Dump is. Is he going to be off, or is he going to be on? And if he's on, he'll give Matt a run for his money. Again, Dump's got the better running back. He's got Freight Train. Jonathan Taylor has been a freaking nature this year. I mean, you can see the stats on your screen, 2,300 yards, nearly 2,400 yards and 28 touchdowns. But when it comes to the playoffs, I go with playoff experience. I don't know. I know Matt had a letdown against Bean this last season, but overall, Matt's been a solid playoff player this year. He's been in some big moments. I'm going to go with Matt, but that one, again, these games are all close. These games are all toss-ups except for that Giants game. I think it's a 10-point game, but the rest of these games, I'm looking at 1-score games. And finally, my personal favorite of the game of the week, Faz and AJ. Look, here's the deal. Faz is easily one of the best players in the SML. He is a dynamic passer. He's a better runner than people give him credit for. He plays way better defense. That Faz has developed as a defender so well in the SML, and he hasn't gotten credit for that either. And then you look at AJ, who he came to the league, and nobody really gave him too much hype. A lot of hype went to Strawbacks when he came in, but I watched AJ's games early on, and I played him early on, and I'm like, holy crap, this guy's got a little bit of something to him. And he's won some, he's lost some. I mean, he's been a little inconsistent, you could say, since week 5, but he's beaten guys like QP before. He's played me incredibly close. I'm going to take Faz, but I predicted AJ to win a Super Bowl within the next few seasons, or at least attend a Super Bowl within the next few seasons. And this could be a season where AJ kind of makes his mark. We talked about Straw doing it in the playoffs and maybe showing he got a little something. If AJ can win this game, all of a sudden we're looking at a guy who is just a really talented player, a guy who I predicted and has made his mark in the SML, and to go into Madden 24 with a win over a guy like Faz would be huge. I say all that to say I got Faz minus 6.5 in that one. The Dump game, I got Matt minus 2.5. The Noel game, I got Noel minus 6.5. Jets game, I got Clinky minus 3.5. I got, in this Giants game, I got QP minus 9.5. In this Doink game, I got minus 1.5. Doink minus 1.5. That's kind of my playoff predictions, guys. I know it was a quick kind of ramble on video. I've talked for 10 minutes straight. I don't know how I pulled that off, but I did. I hope you guys appreciate like this or whatever. If you're a playoff team, hopefully you didn't skip all the way through. I did my best. Thanks, guys, for watching. Have a great day.